I'd like to speak with you for a couple of moments as a longtime resident of Winchester. I'd like to tell you about the Winchester Scholarship Foundation's annual telethon. This is a very special year for the Winchester Scholarship Foundation as they are celebrating their 50th year of awarding grants to Winchester High School graduates. Over the years, thousands of young men and young women have been able to further their education in college because of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. Grants are given to students who excel in academics, science, music, the arts, the band, the glee club, chorus, sports, you name it. Any Winchester High School graduate is eligible. Now, the night of the telethon is April 11th from 7 to 9 p.m. right here on Channel 19. So I urge you on April 11th to put a couple of hours aside, turn on Channel 19, pick up the phone, and help out. There's some young Winchester boy or girl, senior in high school right now, that's this close to completing a financial picture for a college education, and you could make the difference. So help us celebrate 50 years of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation and help some young student's dream come true of a college education.
I think it's just going to be a chorus or something. I don't know, I'm going to do something in a minute.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and town of Winchester. Welcome to our 9th annual telethon for the Winchester Scholarship Foundation and the 50th birthday of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. My name is Alan McDonald. I'll be hosting tonight with co-hosts Alan Iden, Sandy Rogers, and Dave Mortensen. And I want to introduce them right away, and you'll hear what we have in store for you tonight as a look back at past telethons, at the reflections on earlier pictures of the town of Winchester, past presidents of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation, and a number of treats we have in store for you. Let me begin by introducing our co-host, Alan Iden. Alan, tell us what we have in store tonight.
Alan, thank you. It's a great pleasure to be here with you and this illustrious cast of co-hosts here tonight. And I will be up in the telephone banks speaking to some of our volunteers up there and finding out how many years they've been doing this and what kind of a background they have here as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Scholarship Foundation.
Well, that's great, and we always have such good luck in volunteers for the phones. We've had many long-standing volunteers, and Alan will be able to hear from them tonight and how we're doing. You'll watch the progress during the course of the telethon. And Sandy Rogers is with us. Sandy, tell us what we have from you tonight.
Well, I guess I get to do a few of those little special things that happen throughout the program. One of the things we will be doing again this year, which we did last year for the very first time, was Name That Tune. And Courtney Crandall is back here again, and we will have several segments where you will have an opportunity to listen to a brief part of a tune, and if you call in, you'll get a prize. The other thing that I will also be doing tonight, and this is in special recognition of the 50 years that the foundation has been in place, the students from the vocational school are going to be decorating a birthday cake, and we will follow the progress of decorating this cake during this program.
That's going to be great, and we'll watch that, and I think we'll even enjoy the results at the end of the show, I bet. And let me also introduce our other co-host, our third co-host, Dave Mortensen, or fourth, I should say, if I include myself. Dave is our historian and a longtime supporter of the Scholarship Foundation, and we look forward to hearing from you, David.
Well, thank you, Albie. I'm very pleased to be here, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 50th year celebration and to the 9th telethon. In celebration of this long and illustrious history of volunteerism in Winchester tonight, I will be pleased to be able to help you in going back to look at some of the people who have been instrumental in keeping this Scholarship Foundation going through their leadership, and also we will be celebrating some of the pillars of our community in terms of education. We look forward to looking back at the same time realizing that this is a volunteer organization. Everything that happens here is a volunteer. The people who are helping are volunteers, and your volunteerism is the most important thing which will help us tonight in trying to keep the tradition going of raising money to help our young people meet the needs they have in this very difficult time to raise money to go on to secondary education.
Well, that's great. David, thank you very, very much. And Sandy and Alan, thank you. And man your posts. We're going to introduce them. We have quite a few dignitaries with us tonight, and we're going to begin by bringing some on right now. Thank you very much. We're going to be in touch later on. Let me introduce to you, if I could, we have with us tonight Jerry Polcari, just immediate past chairman of the Board of Selectmen, who is going to join us now with Elizabeth Julian, the president of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation, and the architect behind all this wonderful evening that we're going to have tonight. Jerry, pleasure to have you here.
Alan, thank you very much. It's truly an honor to be here tonight for the actual annual telethon for the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. I remember being a student at Winchester High. In fact, one of the gentlemen, Bob Fitzgerald, the superintendent, was one of my illustrious mentors many moons ago, back from 1972. How's that?
Not that far back.
But anyways, very happy to be here. And I think in terms of what the Scholarship Foundation does, and I think that the town of Winchester celebrates with the foundation because you think about the cost of tuition, you think about the cost of books. This is a way for families to help other families in Winchester, and I think we're very proud of that. And I think on behalf of the Board of Selectmen, that's why I'm here tonight, just to celebrate with you.
Well, I understand that as a recently re-elected member of the Board of Selectmen, and congratulations again for that, you have a proclamation or a message from the board for Elizabeth tonight.
That's what I do. I'd like to start with, on behalf of the Winchester Board of Selectmen, be hereby known that the Board of Selectmen of the town of Winchester hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to the Winchester Scholarship Foundation and recognize of 50 wonderful years, the 50th anniversary, and may you have 50 more for the town of Winchester. We thank you.
Well, on behalf of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation, thank you very much, and we hope we're here for another 50 years.
That's great, and with the support that we have had, I expect that will be the case. And Elizabeth Julian and Jerry Polcari, thank you so much. We're going to see Elizabeth later on in the evening too. And Jerry, thank you for coming by. I appreciate it very, very much. Okay. Let me say we also have representatives from our school department with us. We have Superintendent Bob Fitzgerald, and we have Geraldine Einold and Kathy Bodie from the school committee. And if I could have them come up and join us. Kathy, nice to see you. Great, Geraldine. And Mr. Superintendent. That's great. Fine, thank you. Let me start closest to me, Kathy. It's a pleasure to have you here, and I understand you're active with the school council work and a number of other things on the school committee, and that might give us a chance to let the viewers know what's happening in that regard.
Is this a good opportunity? Sure. All right. I'm here also with two hats on. One is for the McCall Council as well. And we've asked if we could invite interested parents and community members to a focus day that we are going to have on May 18th. And it's going to be a focus day on our core values for the school improvement plan. And what we would like to do is to get input from the community on the relationship, what a school like McCall should be doing to enhance the goals that we have set out. So this day is May 18th. It's a Thursday, and the public is invited from 8 to 9.
8 to 9 a.m. or p.m.?
It's a.m. a.m. We did this for the people who need to get to work so they could stop there on their way. And we will meet briefly in the cafeteria for a brief overview and then break into groups of about 8 to 10.
Okay, that's great. And will there be any notice in the local press as well?
We are going to give as much notice in every form that's possible.
Well, that's great. And so we'll look forward to a good response. And thank you, Kathy. Geraldine, it's a pleasure to have you here with us also. How are things going on the school committee with you and the rest of the members, too?
They're going fine. Thank you. I just want to thank the Winchester Scholarship Foundation for the really fine work they do. And I would ask that everyone at home join their efforts. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I want to say a special hello to Superintendent Bob Fitzgerald. Our superintendent, as you may well know, is retiring after many years of tremendous service to the town of Winchester and the school department in general. Bob, it's been great to have you with us, and my congratulations, and a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Alan, and congratulations to you and all those associated with the Scholarship Foundation. It's great that you've been around for 50 years. We hope you're here for 50 more, and Nora and I'd like to make our donation, and not one of the first, but up there anyway. Thank you.
Well, that's very kind of you, and you are right. They chose an announcer that can remember all 50 years. But thanks so much. Put this right in, and it's a pleasure having you folks with us. Okay, Geraldine, Kathy. Okay, thank you very much. Just one other housekeeping note for you people who know that the Telethon is moving around actually tonight, tomorrow night, and Thursday night. And there'll be an encore presentation of tonight's TV Telethon tomorrow from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock at night on Channel 19. There'll be no TV on Thursday, but the phone calls will be made. Now, if you don't hear from our telethoners direct on their call to you, please call us on 729-7500. You'll see that number during the evening. We'd love to hear from you, of course. I'm going to get the show beginning now by introducing Sandy Rogers, who's going to tell us what's going on over on the other side of Town Hall with her part of the program. Sandy.
Why don't you introduce your students? We're going to have to do this a little quickly, but introduce your students and talk a little bit about what you're going to be doing here.
This is Cheryl Gonzalez, and she's from Chelsea, and Lizette Flores, she's also from Chelsea. They're both seniors in our culinary arts program, and they're going to decorate the cake tonight for us. The inside is a harlequin, and they already have a base coating on here right now of yellow, and they're going to do a pink border.
Sounds very good. So we'll check the progress during the evening, and I'll have a chance to talk to you tomorrow during the evening. Thank you. Okay, we're back across the hall again.
Great.
Alan? I think they're getting set up to... I think they're getting set up over there to talk to some more people. Maybe we can talk to you a little bit more about all these wonderful piles of, it seems to me, frosting and decorations and everything else. How long have you been doing this sort of thing?
I've been doing this for 3 years, and Nordics I started like for my sophomore year, and I'm a senior. So
is this really a major?
Yes, it is.
And so you're planning to go on and do cakes?
Yeah, I'm going
other kinds of cooking.
Yeah, I'm going to the bakery, actually in hotel management, and I'm going to go to Newberry College for next year. So it's really fun to do cakes and all this stuff right now.
The students spend 1 week in academics and 1 week in shop. They're all set.
Right, okay, so I guess now we're ready to go to the other end of the hall, and I see some students down there.
Okay, thank you, Sandy. We're back over here on the other side of the hall, and we've got a very historical-looking crew here from the Ambrose School. Linda Ray is the teacher, second-grade teacher at the Ambrose School. Linda?
Good day.
Good day. It looks like a very well-behaved group you have here. Yes. Can you tell us, back in colonial times, how did you manage to keep order like this?
Well, we had a birch rod that we carried around, and the children only spoke when spoken to.
That's tough. And did you have to use the birch rod on this crew at all?
Well, did I? No, they're very well-behaved children. They've learned their lessons well.
They saw that birch rod, and you took your lesson from that. Boy, the eyes got big and wide. Well, it looks like everybody's brought something here from Colonial. Maybe, why don't we first explain to our viewers, what is Colonial Day, and what are we celebrating?
Okay, we study in second grade the colonial life, and we read about colonial children, and then live a day in colonial life. And Aaron has made, what did you make, Aaron?
Oh, turn around. Let's show everybody what you've got here. Hold that up. What have you got?
It's something, and you sew around it. It's a little quilt, and the older people used to sew them for blankets.
Oh, that's beautiful. And what's your name again?
Aaron.
Aaron.
Julian.
Aaron Julian. Okay, Aaron, thank you. And you are?
Chris Bonin.
Chris, what have you got there?
I made a present. You use it to put hot food on when you have dinner and stuff.
That's great. Very nice. Let's hold it up so everybody can take a good look at that. Very nice. Thank you, Chris. And you are?
Elizabeth Conlon.
Hi, Elizabeth.
And I made a bookmark, and you use it when in books when you want to save the spot.
Keep your place. What a great bookmark. Let's hold that up and let everybody take a good look at it. And we say Colonial Day 1995. That's great. Thank you. And you are?
Julian Kenton. And I made a candle at Colonial Day. And you use it for lighting the room up because they didn't have any Christmas.
Sure. No, didn't have anything but candles
Right,
back then. Right. That's a great candle. Hold that up so everybody can see it. Isn't that great? What a nice candle. Great. Are you going to burn it? Looks like you already started a bit, didn't you? Okay, so it works. Great. Hi, you are?
Austin Rogers, and this is put on the candle because they didn't have glass back then.
Oh.
They just had,
Yeah, they just put that around the candle and kind of shade the light. Very good. Hold that up so everybody can see that. That's great. What a great design on that too. Did you do that?
no.
You just supervised.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great job. Looks nice. Thank you. And you are?
Eugene Leonard.
Hey, Eugene.
And this is a horn book that the colonial children used to use to help them spell and learn their letters.
Oh. And you got the whole alphabet on there. Is that
Yeah.
right? Great. Let's tip it a little this way. So I don't know if our viewers can see that. So that's how they learned what their letters were, right?
Yep.
Great. Thanks, gang.
Thanks for having us.
What a nice bunch. What a well-behaved bunch. Keep the birch rod out there. Yeah.
No, we don't need that anymore, do we?
No. Yes. Who said yes? Somebody needs the birch rod. Well, thanks. Second graders from Ambrose School. And let's see, where are we going right now? Let me check my program. I think we're going back over to our host-in-chief, Mr. McDonald, Alan McDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Iden. I'm here with some very special major donors to the Winchester Scholarship Foundation and some people who have been long-term major donors to the foundation. First of all, I want to introduce Ann Blackham, and we're standing here, I should say, too, with Gail DeSilva and Lucille Bork. But I want to say hello to Ann Blackham because Ann Blackham and her company have been long-standing contributors to the foundation, and we appreciate your generosity, Ann.
Thank you very much, Alan. It's a pleasure to help the foundation, and as a former president of the foundation, I'm very happy to be a part of it tonight.
Well, this is part of the history, and we're going to hear from other past presidents as well, and to have people like you, Ann, who have been so active in this organization in the past is a tribute to the community, frankly. It really is. And Gail DeSilva, same thing. We have been at the Cambridgeport Bank, a major contributor to the foundation for many, many years, and again, we appreciate that support.
Well, thank you. We're very happy to do it. And I just want to congratulate you on your 50th birthday.
Well, we've made 50 because of help and donations from people like yourself, and we appreciate it and look forward to that support. Thank you. And Lucille Bork, it's a pleasure to have you with us, and the Women's Club that you're going to tell us a little bit about has been a good contributor and in our major donor program now, and we appreciate that support.
Thank you, Alan. Yes, I am presenting a check from the Winchester Women's Club Juniors, and we do donate every year to the Scholarship Foundation because we know what a wonderful thing this is. I know I have a son, a junior in college now, and with tuition what it is today, he is up at Dartmouth, and one of the ABC students that he graduated with from Winchester High School, Kihara Kiari, is also at Dartmouth, and his mother is only paying what she can afford, and Kihara's got a part-time job up there, and he's got a 4.0 average, and the Scholarship Foundation should be very proud of him, and I guess I can be proud of my son, too. Thank you.
You can be tremendously proud, and you should be. We are going to hear later on in the evening some more about how these scholarships are helping our students in the town. It really has made a tremendous difference for a great many years, and we want to be in position to keep that on. But thank you so much, ladies. We appreciate all the support, and thank you very much for being with us personally as well. Okay, great. Thank you an awful lot. I'm going to call up in a minute here. In fact, they're coming now, so I'm going to call up Peg Perenick, is going to be here, who's the president of the NCAR Society, and Joyce Edwards, who's the gifts chairman for the NCAR Society. And we have had support from the NCAR Society for all 50 years that we have been in existence. The Winchester Scholarship Foundation, which you'll hear some more history about during the course of the evening, had as part of its original donor team the NCAR Society. This year will be the 60th annual fair of the NCAR, and we're going to hear a little bit about that from Joyce Edwards and Peg Perenick. I want to tell you what a tremendous job they have done in the major gifts category. They have established this year for $10,000 a named scholarship for the NCAR Society, to which they will contribute in future years as well. They have always been a major contributor, as much as $5,000 a year for many years. But they have made a contribution this year for $10,000 to begin a named scholarship, which we are very grateful for. And Joyce Edwards, who's gifts chairman of the NCAR, let me say hello and have you say a few words for us.
Thank you. It has been a privilege this year for us to be able to do that. The NCAR Society has contributed over the years, and this year, in honor of our 60th fair anniversary and in honor of the Winchester Scholarship's 50th anniversary, we decided that it was time to do something special, and in that sense, we have appropriately contributed for a named scholarship, and as we make additional contributions, that will be added to it and will grow, and I hope will be successful as it has been in the past. The work that we do in NCAR is what supports our fundraising, and that is two major things. One is the NCAR Fair, and the other is the NCAR Shop, which is an ongoing year's work for all of us, and Peg is going to tell you something about that.
Give a proper introduction. Thank you very much, Joyce. Appreciate it so much. And the proper introduction, too, for the president of this society, the NCAR Society, which is all volunteers and has been volunteering and helping out this community for the entire century, during the 20th century. We now have another chapter that we're very proud of in the relationship with the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. But Peg Perenick, the president of the NCAR Society.
Thank you very much. We, as Joyce said, we are so happy and so proud to be able to present this to the Scholarship Foundation tonight and to the young people of Winchester. As Joyce said, we raise our money by the annual NCAR Fair, this year to be at Manchester Field from Friday, May 19th, beginning in the evening, and then beginning again on Saturday, May 20th after our fair. And this year's fair is chaired by Karen Branley and Mary Murphy. And if you want to come down and help, just come down. And we also have a lovely handmade quilt sewn by Ruth Kennison and her group, which will be raffled that day. And also we have our NCAR Exchange Shop, which is a consignment shop 10 months of the year. We sell clean, in-style clothing. As a matter of fact, your tuxedo looks very familiar to me tonight.
Thank you very much. That's right.
And that's at 1037 Main Street. So please come support us so that we can support the youth of Winchester. We love you, youth of Winchester, and we're so proud to do this tonight for you.
Peg, Joyce, thanks so much. NCAR Society, 92 years young and 93 years young this year. And we appreciate the help so much. You're wonderful. Thank you very much. Peg, thank you. Joyce?
Our pleasure.
Great. Okay, I appreciate that. Let me just mention before I give this back to Sandy and some more discussion, a little music, that we have a couple of major donors who couldn't be here, weren't able to be with us this evening. And long-term donors, Federal Heating, the Winchester Police, who actually are here. We'll see them in the telephone bank when Alan Iden is up at the telephone bank. The Winchester Police have for years been major contributors to this scholarship foundation. They have two $1,000 scholarship contributions for students who are entering the field of criminal justice training. That's tremendous support for our foundation, and we really appreciate that kind of community spirit from people who are doing so much in other regards. To do that for the Scholarship Foundation as well is a wonderful thing for the whole town. And let me say also that in the named scholarship category, the Winchester Savings Bank, Peter Segerson, the president of the bank, who is not able to be with us this evening, but the Winchester Savings Bank has also established a $10,000 named scholarship fund, which will be in the name of the Winchester Savings Bank, and will be receiving further contributions in years ahead. But that is from an institution which has also been a long-term supporter, and we appreciate it so very much. I think I may have mentioned that the Winchester Cooperative Bank also is a major donor for our scholarship fund, and I don't think they were able to have somebody with us tonight. Ed Goodwin, the president there, a longtime friend and contributor to the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. That's what's going on here. We hope to hear from many of you out there during the course of this evening. We appreciate the support very, very much. I'm going to turn over to Sandy for more music. Thank you.
And here I am now with another one of our specials for this evening. But actually, this is a special that was started last year. We're doing it for the second time. Courtney Crandall, we're very honored to have Courtney. Courtney Crandall is going to be playing a tune. And when he plays a tune, you have to listen very carefully, because if you can guess the name of that tune, you might be a winner. For tonight, the theme is going to be, since we are celebrating the end of World War II, and we are, in fact, celebrating the beginning of the Scholarship Foundation 50 years ago, we thought we'd test your memory and see how you do with tunes that people here in Winchester were singing, humming during World War II. Now, don't be daunted, because a lot of these songs we're still singing. I mean, you don't have to worry about whether you were around during World War II, believe me. So, this is how we're going to play. We're going to do a little piece of music now so that you can get an idea of how we do this. I will give you a hint for each one of the numbers. And the hint for this one is going to be that we all know an American song sung to cheer up the British during their dark days. And guess that that was There'll Be Bluebirds Over the White Cliffs of Dover, you would be a winner. And tonight we have some very super prizes for you. We have 2 breakfasts for 2 at Bagel Works. We have 3 lunches for 2 at Bagel Works. We have 4 Domino's large pizzas, and we have a manicure to be done at Scruple. So we thank all of the people who have made contributions to this little contest, and good luck, because here we go with the first tune. And the hint for this tune is going to be, this was a famous Irving Berlin melody. Now, if you think you know that tune, call right this minute. Call 729-7500. The second tune in this little segment has a hint that goes, what the Winchester people were writing to their girls back home. Okay, so again, if you know that tune, call 729-7500 right now, and you'll be a winner. And now we're back to the other side of the auditorium. Alan Iden, I think you're there in the phone bank.
All right, Sandy, thank you very much. And Courtney for our little musical serenades here. It's nice to have this little quiz show back for the second year in a row. And as you were playing those, of course, we could hear up in the phone banks here, the phones started ringing. So we may already have winners, but we might not. So if you know the answers to those questions, 729-7500, and make a pledge to the Scholarship Foundation while you're at it. Well, wait a minute. Where we have...
What work is there now?
Oh, okay. Well, a little bit of confusion and everything, but it's very busy up here in the phone bank. So Lieutenant Jim Pierce is here from the police department. Jim, how are you?
Fine, thanks. How you doing?
Nice to see you again.
It's nice to be back.
It's we're very glad to have you back.
Well, I appreciate it. Everybody in town has been great to me while I was out, and we're here to give something back now. And if everybody wants to call in, please call in. We've got a lot of papers here, a lot of people who are looking to get some phones answered, so come on and call us.
Well, 729-7500. Now, we should say this is not your first year doing this. You're not an amateur at this.
No, Kevin and I and the chief most years have been here for the last 4 years. And we plan to be here this year and several years after this.
And I think the Chief Paratano was planning to be here tonight, and I understand he has hurt his back?
He's hurt his back, and he's home resting, but I'm sure he's here with us in spirit, and he can use the phone at home if he's watching and call some people, I'm sure.
Well, what kind of reactions do you get when you call people here at the telethon?
Well, once we make sure that they know that we're not calling as members of the police department for something that they've done, most of it's pretty good response we're getting. People are pretty good this year.
Jim, let me ask, do you leave a pregnant pause after you introduce yourself, maybe to get the adrenaline flowing?
No, I get right into it so they don't faint.
How are you doing tonight?
We're doing very well. Like I said, most of the people who contributed last year is a repeating or increasing the donations from last year.
Oh, that's great. Well, as we know, the cost of secondary education keeps going up and up, so
and
hopefully, it shall. So hopefully our pledges will keep going up and up.
Very good.
Well, let you get back to the phones. Thank you, and welcome back to the telethon here.
Thank you.
Let's move right on here for a moment. We have Kevin's right in the middle of a phone call here, or at least he's pretending to be. Felicia, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
How are you doing?
Just great.
You're another veteran of these phone banks.
I've been here a few times.
How many years?
This is either the third or fourth.
How do you like it?
I love it. It's the most important fundraising activity I think that we have in Winchester. It helps an enormous number of people. And what people very often don't realize, that in Winchester there really is a need. There is a need for aid to the Winchester Scholarship Foundation.
With the price of education the way it is, it's hard. Very few people don't have that need, do they?
That's right. And it's not only the cost of things, it's that there are lots of families in Winchester who have the desire for an education, who work very hard and just can't get it all together. They might lack a couple of $1,000s, and that's where we can help.
And all it takes is a few dollars from all of us, from each and every one of us out there. So you just got here, so you're headed on to the phone banks right now. All right, 729-7500. I'm looking over. I don't know if we have a winner yet in our contest, so let's continue move on down here to Pat and Jack Waite. How are you?
Good evening, Alan. Right.
This is you were both veterans of the phone banks here.
Right, and we've had 5 sons who have benefited from the Scholarship Foundation, so we're happy to do this.
Oh, this is great. You having a good response tonight?
Excellent, yeah. I finished my group here. I'm ready to start in more.
Ready for another pile. And are you finding any difference in are the pledges increasing this year?
Slightly, I think. Some, because there are more answering machines probably, which is the end of the game. But
how many pledges are you getting from the answering machines?
Doesn't work that way.
No, oh, God. Well, maybe we can figure out a way to make that work. You wanted to make some comment about the Alumni Association, is that correct?
Right. We're trying to start collecting money from the people who have gotten money from the foundation. And since most of the kids who graduate from Winchester High don't seem to settle back in Winchester like you, we have to reach out to them. So we're going to try to work on this and have a separate fund set up for Winchester High School graduates, the Alumni Association, and have a separate fund in their name, so you have a Winchester High School Scholarship Fund.
My understanding is that unlike a lot of towns in their scholarship foundations. That many towns have a lot of separate scholarship foundations, whereas Winchester's, one of the unique things is that a lot of the associations can all go into one.
Right, and in order to have a named scholarship, you have to get $10,000. So we're aiming for that for next year.
Either that, or you may hit somebody tonight that wants to come up with that entire $10,000, and they get a scholarship named after them. Is that right?
Even if they only give $7,500, we'll manage.
We'll figure out a way. Thanks. Thanks so much. All right, I think we're going back over to Sandy Rogers right now to take a look and see what's going on back up over on the stage. So send it right over to you, Sandy.
Okay, so here we are. This time I'm going to be doing a different kind of music program. We have a tape. And the tape that we have is of the 5th grade students who are performing under Pat McCormick's direction. She entered the students in a competition for music teachers of, students, and it was a statewide competition, and these 5th graders are the winners of that competition.
Music goes with
We're back with you, and Sandy, thanks so much for that tape. That was a wonderful tape, and so great to see the students enjoying themselves and being so excited about their activities. I'm standing here with David Peretti, who has been instrumental in putting this whole evening together. He's an active participant in the management of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation, and this night in particular, and a second hat that David's had over the past number of years is his membership on the Winchester Historical Commission. He's the immediate past treasurer, I believe, David, and has just completed his term on the Winchester Historical Commission, which is now going to bring us a tape to see some of the earlier photos of our town. And David, maybe you could tell us a little bit about the commission and what we're going to see.
Thank you, Alan. One of the measures of a community is its past, and one of the wonderful archives, or one of the wonderful treasures we have, is the archives of the town. And this evening we're going to see a little snippet of that as the courtesy of the Winchester Historic Commission. We take a look back into our past. Tonight we have some views of some of the historic buildings in town. We'll see some of the shots of the downtown, I believe. And in addition to that, we'll have some description in the background talking about Winchester in the past and what a great community it has been, what a great community it is, and what a great community it will be. The archives are maintained here in the town hall and continue to be available to the community. As I think you know, you've taken advantage of that, and they're open to anybody. We want to particularly thank the Winchester Historic Commission for their support, for their opening up their archives and making all that available to us. So tonight we're going to have a film that's showing much of what is in that archive. I have to tell you that one of the first things I did as a commission member was to check the archives, to look at my own house. I think it's the first thing every commission member really does, and to make sure your own house is on that. And it is just a great wealth that we have here in the community.
Well, David, we've had a great history, and we're going to have a great future because of the contributions of people like yourself, and we thank you so much, and all the support we have out there in the community that's watching and contributing tonight. We want to now bring you the tape, and you'll see some photos of our community that will bring back a lot of memories, I bet. And thank you to the Winchester Historical Commission and the tape that's coming up.
Okay, the first photograph that we have is dated around 1860. This is Winchester Center. Here we are in Winchester Center again. What's that building on the right-hand side?
The right-hand side is a brown block. The road to the right is Shore Road, and of course the tracks are very obvious.
Here's another photograph. These are the first of the photographs of the aerial views.
This is the Lyceum building. In front of it is where Shore Road is now. The railroad crossing, a friend of mine counted the number of trains that went through Winchester Crossing. I think it was 80.
Here's another photograph. This is looking down Winchester, down Main Street, toward Mystic Valley Parkway. This photograph is somewhat of the same view.
My memory was where there was a grocery store, and it was always a whole group of stores along in through there.
If we were standing in front of the old Woolworths building looking across the street toward the Realtors, that's what we'd be seeing.
Boston and Maine Railroad tracks.
That's right.
As it went through the looking toward Woburn at this point.
That's right.
Good old town
Here's the town hall. Look at all those trees. Probably what, 1940s for that photograph? This photograph was taken about 1898.
Well, here's your Unitarian Church again.
The Unitarian Church was built on that lot. There was a house moved.
Now here's another photo about the same view, but
at the back of the town hall. We used to go down and feed the geese. Abby and Jonah.
Here's our first school that we're looking at.
Yes, that's the first. It was a high school of that kind. The yellow brick.
When I was there, Wade Grindle was the principal.
Okay.
Is the Washington School right across from the hospital.
Okay, good. Here's another photograph of it when it was its earliest.
That's before me.
That's before me, too.
At that point, it was located on Cross Street.
Not too far from where the Baptist church was.
Actually, it was the Baptist church.
And here's the Baptist church.
That's
yes,
right.
Yes.
That's right. This is a photograph, of course, of children. This was during when the
that was during World War II, undoubtedly.
This was called District School Number 7. This was located next to, and the building still exists, it was located next to the Cooperative Bank. Well, the building was originally School District Number 7, and then it was sold to Callahan Hawes. Actually, at one time, it was also part of the water district in town. The town owned it. Okay, now we're back in Winchester Center again. This is the Gifford School, which was located probably where I. Michaels is now in the Locatelli building. When the second Gifford School went up in 1890, and this was located on the corner of Main and Washington next to the old Unitarian Church. Now, here we have a photograph of somebody called Dean of Girls. Her name was Eva Palmer.
Eva Palmer was one of the outstanding teachers in the Winchester High Schools.
Now, here's a school you can recognize. The earliest high school that the town built. Was this called Prince School?
That's the Prince School.
This is one that's on School Street.
Yes.
On School Street and Church.
I think there are vestiges of that stone wall that still exists.
The stone wall is still all there.
This was the class of 1896. But is that the way you would have dressed? Close to it?
I don't know, but I wore that age.
No, not
no
quite.
idea. I don't think, because I would have been...
Here's another school. Does anybody remember the Highlands?
Yes, right across from Walker Terrace.
Okay, on Highland Avenue.
It's an open lot now.
Now, this is a photo of a baking class at the Wadley School.
What date is this?
I don't know if we have... Here's a photograph of the Wadley School.
It's right across from the town hall.
From the town hall.
Yeah. Well, I wonder why they tore that down.
I went, but they decided it was not worth fixing up, I guess.
This is the Wadley School, and look where they held the graduation for the Wadley School, in the town hall.
Yeah, and
the date of this is 1910.
Well, my graduation from high school in 1929 was in the town hall.
Okay, here's another group. This dates Wadley School, grade 8, 1910. And this is called the Chapin School. Well, this was built in 1875.
Yeah, see, it's got the Gothic point on the front.
Oh, I remember those desks.
Remember those desks?
This looks like us.
There's an inkwell right over there.
Yeah.
This was the high school when it was first built around 1906. Here's another photograph of that. This is when they were making postcards. And here's the War Memorial. Okay, here's another photograph of the Winchester High School.
Are those the same willows that we have today?
Now look at this.
This is about 46. That's a 46 car there.
And this was still the high school at this time. Okay, let's go across the street from the high school and look at the McCall. This was called the McCall Junior High. And In the back row, we have William Schuster, who was the coach, and the second from the right is Evander French. This is the Noonan School. Well, do you remember when that school was named? It was named for a young boy who died.
Noonan was a veteran of World War I.
That's right, Patrick Noonan.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going up the other side of town to the Ambrose School.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Way up in the hill. Hey, here's another school you ought to recognize. That is the Wyman School. And then they expanded, and they put portable classrooms on the outside of that. Here we've got a photograph of the portable classrooms coming down. That hasn't been too long ago.
That is a bad-looking building, actually.
No, that isn't.
What are they going to do with it, you know?
Well, they're still debating on
It needs
that.
repair.
They went for
I've noticed it.
Okay, now here's the other building this probably took the place of the Chapin School over there on Swanton Street. This is the Morocco School.
Frank.
Do you remember Frank?
The name for his son when the son was killed.
Vietnam,
yes.
This is some Morocco school students, as a matter of fact. The school did not go up till 1967. Here's another school. Do you know what that school is? It was named for the Vincent Owens. There's the house they lived in. Yeah. And they were killed.
And my daughter took skating lessons from her. Is the model.
There's the model of the Winchester High School.
Yep.
I think this was about 1970s. Okay, let's go back and just run through some early photographs here. This is class in the Wyman School at Church and Oxford Street. Okay, here's one more photograph. This was probably about 1895. We've got one more of the Gifford School.
Where was the Gifford?
Gifford School, well, the old Gifford School was the one that was downtown. This is rather interesting. People don't remember that Leonard Pond was a very popular watering hole at one time. Was that a softball game?
Softball number 2.
Now we're looking at, what is that?
Soccer?
Soccer.
That's a good picture.
That's a town sport. Okay, this is the wrap-up, kids. This is where you are.
This is it.
This is it. This is the females. This is tomorrow's females playing softball. Well, thank you very much. It was wonderful sharing all these memories with you, and thank you for joining us.
We want to thank Susan Keats very much for putting together that program. Susan is the president of the Winchester Historical Commission, and believe me, I know how long it takes to put in a little tape that we see as a roll-in. You can put in hours to do something like that, so thank you, Susan. We are back to Courtney. We are now ready to do our second segment of songs. So here we come with 2 more songs. And listen carefully, because if you guess the name of the song, you should call 729-7500, and you might be a winner of a pizza or perhaps one of those breakfasts or lunches. So here we go. The hint for this song is it has to do with a certain time of the year. you know the name of that song, call 729-7500 right this minute, because here we go with another tune. And the hint for this tune, this is a very interesting one, the hint for this tune is it's a marching song that almost became the national anthem of Australia because it was so popular. Well, I will tell you, my hint for this song is it really is a dance tune that I used to dance to quite a bit. So here we go. Call 729-7500. And now we're going back across the floor to David Mortensen, who has with us a guest that we have seen before. David?
Foundation Telethon. We're pleased to have with us tonight a very special person in the community of Winchester, a symbol of education at its finest, and a leader who has staked out her career as an example for all in our community. It's Dr. Lenore Rich. Dr. Rich, who was an educator and principal of the Washington School. How many years was it, Dr. Rich?
I was there for 12 years, and then I left and came back and was 24 years as principal. Part of the time, principal of the Noonan and Washington schools. Then they decided to have one principal in each school, and then from then on, I was principal of the George Washington School, and the span of principalship was 24 years.
We tease Dr. Rich sometimes because she was so well known that children throughout the town recognize her wherever she goes. She was the first woman in town to be named Citizen of the Year, isn't that right?
That was a utopian situation for me. I was the first woman to be selected as Citizen of the Year, and I rode high on great happiness as a result of that appointment.
Well, you were also the first woman to receive a PhD in the field of education in the Winchester public school system, isn't that right?
Well, I didn't have to get it, but I wanted to because I had been doing a lot of writing and speaking before assemblies, and I felt that it was wise to continue and get my doctoral degree. Once somebody told me that they thought I was foolish to use that type of discipline that was hard for me, and I said I'm like an old horse that sees the barn door open, and I have to keep going till I get there.
As an example to all of us, Dr. Rich received her PhD when you were how old, Dr. Rich?
I was 60 years old because I was doing it part-time, which was a very difficult job. I never would do it that way again, studying and carrying on 2 schools at the same time.
Dr. Rich is, for those of you who may know, is a very prolific writer, not only about the history of the town, but on educational topics. She was telling me before the broadcast tonight that she was the founder of a publication known as the Massachusetts Elementary School Principal. What year was that?
Well, I was president of the Massachusetts Elementary School Principals Association, and they had no official organ, and I felt it was necessary to get one started, and that's how that happened.
Now, Dr. Rich has also written the newest history of the First Congregational Church, which was published in 1990, the sesquicentennial anniversary edition, and tonight she was sharing with us some other booklets she had written outlining the history of the Jenks Center. There are 2 of them, are there not?
There are 2. One was called A Living History. It was the beginning, and the other was for the anniversary edition. But I do not hesitate to say that Stepping Stones in our heritage did not sell like Madonna's book.
I know, Dr. Rich, that you have taken a keen interest in the problems facing young people in education today, and I would be interested in knowing your views about how things have changed for students today as opposed to when you were active as a principal.
Well, we can't say when I was your age, because many people here or listening on TV will not have been able to think as young children do today, because there are too many things that have gotten in the way of this automated life that we are living. the astronomical costs of getting a college education, for one thing, are way beyond people's ability to meet immediately the needs of the college.
Which is one of the reasons why this Scholarship Foundation Telethon tonight is so important, ladies and gentlemen, in order for you to be able to help those students from Winchester who are going on for secondary education but who do not have the means after they've exhausted all of their scholarships and loans and family support to make the difference. And your contributions and contributions of many others in this town to the Scholarship Foundation are what makes a difference.
Well, we have, today there are too many hazards in the communities for young people to emulate. That was not the case when I was principal of the elementary schools, and even at the high school age, we did not have alcohol as it is today, drugs as they are today, the terrible things that they see on TV, the killing, the bombing, the wars everywhere throughout the world. But I think the children have to know that the world is theirs, all of it, and that they are going to make it better.
You've always held a very high example for yourself and also for those with whom you've worked, and particularly for the young people in the town. I believe you said that you had prepared a statement or a poem which you said summarized your views about the matter, and perhaps you would share that with us today.
Well, what it will summarize is probably my philosophy of education in a broad way. I must teach my students how to live this life on earth, to face its struggles and its strife, and to improve their worth, but not just from lessons in a book, or how the rivers flow, but how to choose the proper path wherever they may go, to understand eternal truth and know the right from wrong, and gather all the beauty of a flower and a song. For if I help the world to grow in wisdom and in grace, then I shall feel that I have won and I have filled my place. And so I ask your guidance, God, that I may do my part for character and confidence and happiness of heart. That summarizes more or less the way I feel about being privileged to have worked with children in the field of education.
Well, we're very privileged to have you with us tonight. Many of your admirers know that there was a fund created upon your retirement in 1972 named the Lenore Rich Fund, which is still in existence and is being administered by the Scholarship Foundation. And originally that was for a student who had gone through Washington School, isn't that right?
That was not only for pupils that I have had, but it was for parents and for many, many friends in the community. I am favored with, people asked me when I retired where I was going to live, and I said, Winchester, this is my community, and I love it.
Well, we're favored to have you with us, and we thank you particularly for coming down here tonight. Thank you very much.
I'm very proud to be here. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we also have with us tonight a group of people who have contributed to the Scholarship Foundation over the years through their time, and I speak of the people who have been the past presidents of the organization, some of whom have been able to come here and be with us tonight. And it's my pleasure to introduce them to you. Many of them will be familiar faces. We're starting with Paul Amico. Paul, welcome.
Good evening. Good to see you.
When were you active as president, sir? If you recall.
I don't recall exactly, probably late 70s, early 60s.
Right. And we have Ann Blackham. Ann, welcome.
Thank you, David. It's a pleasure to be here. I was president in 1976.
Well, we're delighted you could be here, and we see some of your friends down here answering the phones, isn't that right?
Our pleasure.
And I recognize Dan Lagata. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him.
Well, it's good to be here, David. I want to remind everybody that you're the fellow who started me off in this program.
Well, it's very nice to see you here, and we're glad you could be here. And Nancy Clark, who was the president, I think, directly after Dan, isn't that right?
That's right.
What years was that, Nancy?
We're thinking 90, 91. Does that sound right?
88, I think, for me.
88, 89 then?
Yes.
Okay, 89, 90.
We're delighted you could be here. The two of you were active in getting the telethon off the ground, isn't that right?
That's right. 9 years ago, we started the telethon, and it was quite different then than it is now. Bob Crockett there was struggling to put telephones on tables.
That's right. And the form that they have this year is really outstanding. It makes it easy for everyone to work at the phones and do the stuffing and recording all the donations.
And we see Jerry Donahue. Jerry, welcome.
I was there at 92 and 93, and at that time we introduced the town mailing, and we also went to paying by the Visa and MasterCard.
So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. To make it easy for you, just get out your Visa card or your MasterCard and call in The number will be shown on the screen, and we need all the help we can get. And hello, Bob Crockett.
Hi. Nice to be here tonight. I'm for my 8th or 9th consecutive one. It's fun.
Bob is not only a prior president, but now the current treasurer of the Scholarship Foundation. Some people just continue to give, and we're delighted you could be here tonight.
Thank you.
Do you have a message for the folks at home?
Please give. We need your money. This is our 50th year. We need all the support we can get. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, the lady who is the current president of the Scholarship Foundation and who has worked tirelessly to put this together tonight, Elizabeth Julian. Elizabeth, congratulations on making all these pieces fit together.
Well, thank you very much. My pleasure.
Is there anything you would like to say to the folks at home tonight?
I don't think there's anything left to say. They've said it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, these people you see before you have all led gangs of volunteers over the years. They are just the presidents, but the Scholarship Foundation could not be what it is without the volunteers who have continued to make it work. This is a volunteer organization. Everything that's given to the organization is a volunteer gift. All the time is volunteer. This is a uniquely Winchester event designed to raise money for scholarships for Winchester students only. And people you see here will tell you, as one, the money you give is badly needed, and we hope that you will continue to keep in the minds of your giving this year the people who need it the most in these difficult times for scholarships. Elizabeth, do you have any idea how many people have contributed toward planning tonight's telethon?
Oh, plenty. Many, 25 minimum.
You have brought together how many volunteers answering phones?
I was going to say we have 35 people just manning the phone banks. I was thinking prior to tonight we probably have 25 contributors. So by the time this whole thing is done, I would say in the neighborhood of 100 to 150 people will help.
Well, thank you. I was going to ask some of Ann Blackman if there's any message you'd like to give to the folks back home who are watching tonight.
Well, I just hope everyone will give, and I've been talking to people on the phone who said they had children in college and they had lots of bills themselves, but they were willing and happy to give a donation to help others. I hope others will do the same.
Paul, I know that you have been very active in locating major donors for the Scholarship Foundation, as well as giving your time over the years. Is there something you'd like to say to the folks at home?
Yes, a good friend of mine, Bob Barron, joined in with me when I was involved with the Scholarship Foundation. And back at that time, they were selective in soliciting the funds to support the organization. Well, we come up with the idea of broad-basing it and going out and raising funds town-wide, and it changed the whole concept of the Scholarship Foundation. And of course, that was followed from the successor people that were involved, and they did a tremendous job. And it has matriculated into a very sophisticated, well-serving organization.
Well, we thank you all for coming. As sophisticated or not, the telethon is just our effort to get your attention, ladies and gentlemen, to send in your donations and to call in. Every dime helps. The one thing we hear from people who have worked on the scholarship committee is that need has never been so great, and I think any of us reading the headlines know that to be true. And so we thank you all for coming, and with that we will now pass the baton back to Alan, if he is around. Back to Sandy on the stage. Sandy?
I'm back over here with Larry, working on the cake with the Northeast Regional Vocational School students, and they are making some progress. In fact, I see happy at this point written on the top of the cake, and they're very busy working on, I would say, the part that would be the most difficult for me, and that is trying to do the lettering. It looks like it takes a very steady hand.
It certainly does, but one of the tricks to the trade is that the girls used the nail here that they used to make roses on, and they use that to scribe the top of the cake, and then they just go over it with the frosting.
Oh, it's done so lightly you really can't see it, and I was so impressed with this young lady who's standing here with no problem, just simply scrolling right on the top of the cake.
Yes, he does it very easily. And Cheryl here did the bouquet of flowers that we have over on the side. And normally we would put another bouquet on the other side, but where the wording is so long that we've had to keep it over to one side.
Yes, I would say between the name of the town, Winchester, and Scholarship and Foundation, you've got some pretty biggies in there.
We need a bigger cake.
So can you give us a hint as to what would happen after, just a hint, as to what would happen after the lettering? What would you do next?
Okay, You want to tell us what we're going to do after that?
When we do the last thing, there's the border. It will be pink. Use that the last thing you do on the cake. And that's all. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, what we'll do is to check in with you again and see how you're doing. Thank you, Larry, and thank you. And now we're going to see a tape of someone who's performed many times on this program. So this is really part of our theme, a look back. This is a tape of John Ritchie, the principal of the Winchester High School, and he will be playing one of his famous Winchester Scholarship Foundation tunes. Okay.
I'm delighted to be here. I want to give my full approval to this enterprise, and thanks to everybody who's helping out. The more you send, the more I can guarantee that all of your sons and daughters will get into the Ivy League college of their choice. This was not a true statement, but the sentiment is real. I'll sing a song now that I wrote many years ago, and I think it's somewhat relevant. It has to do with SAT scores. And it's to a tune actually written by a fellow named Woody Guthrie called Do Re Mi, which is not all that inappropriate for this evening as we try to raise a little Do Re Mi. And I encourage you to keep sending in the Do Re Mi, but this song is not about Do Re Mi, but about SATs. There's the phone now. I'm a principal here at WHS, not a singer as you might have guessed. My forte is grading papers, it ain't playing the guitar. But I have come to sing tonight, embarrass myself for your delight, just to tell you what my feelings is, what my position are. Well, let's all get back to basic skills. Forget about poetry and other frills, 'cause if you ain't got the SATs, kids, you ain't got the SATs. You'll never be doctors or lawyers, but you may end up as a teacher just like me. If your modifiers are constantly dangling and all your infinitives are split, after all this time in school without learning rules, you'll be like me, just a liberal arts misfit. Well, I have got a great new plan. The school board will think it's mighty grand. This liberal trend in schooling, it just don't appeal to me. Let's kick out Coleridge, Keats, and Joyce and concentrate on multiple choice. Just check the box, to be or not to be. Let's all get back to basic skills. Forget about poetry and other frills, 'cause if you ain't got the SAT scores, you ain't got the SATs. You'll never be doctors or lawyers, but you may end up as a teacher just like me. If your modifiers are constantly dangling and all of your infinitives are split, after all this time in school without learning any rules, you'll be like me, just a liberal arts misfit. Well, Harvard, Yale, and Princeton too won't take you if you cannot do these simple rules of grammar that I will now present. Use I before E whenever you should. Make your tenses agree if you possibly could. And avoid all them slangy words like use, guys, shoulda, went. Well, relevance, it ain't my main concern, 'cause there's 180 rules you gotta learn. Last verse, and if you ain't got the SAT scores, you ain't got the SATs. You'll never be doctors or lawyers, but you may end up as a teacher just like me. If your modifiers are constantly dangling and all of your infinitives are split, after all All this time in school without learning any rules. You be like me, just a liberal arts misfit.
And I'm going back to the cake. I just have to figure out
All
who
right,
my
Mrs. Allen,
throwing
I'm back
to.
up in the phone banks here at the 50th anniversary celebration for the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. One item that was brought to my attention a little earlier was that Dave Mortensen, who was conducting the interviews over there, forgot to introduce himself as a past president of the Scholarship Foundation. Okay, let's see. One other item we want to get to before we forget about it is to thank some of our sponsors for their support here tonight. I want to, among our telephone callers here, the telephone bank, we want to thank them for La Patisserie for contributing coffee and pastries. We also want to thank Henderson Stationers for their support, and Mahoney's Rocky Ledge Farm for the flowers that you can see around the phone banks here. Well, let's take a look at who our winners are. We want to announce some winners on our Name That Tune segment that if you've been following this evening. We have Joanne Kirk has won a large pizza from Domino's. We have Alice Gately has won a breakfast for two at Bagel Works, as has Debbie Provenzano. She's also won breakfast for two at Bagel Works. And Alice Gately won another one. So obviously Alice is very good at naming these tunes here. We have Cindy Fratt, who has won a pizza from Domino's, pizza and one topping from Domino's Pizza. Leslie Ewing has also won a pizza from Domino's. Mary Beth O'Brien has won a breakfast for two at Bagel Works. Catherine McHugh has also won a Domino's pizza. We also want to tell you that we got a call here just a little while ago from Pittsburgh, donating $100 for the class of Winchester High School class of 1982, all the way from Pittsburgh. So we want to thank the class of 1982 for that generous gift of the scholarship telethon. Remind you that 729-7500 is the number you want to call. And let's see if we can go over and interrupt one of our telephone bank callers right now. Oh, good timing, good timing.
Hey, Alan.
Lorraine, how are you?
I'm fine,
Lorraine
thanks.
Murtaugh. How you doing this evening?
Great, having some fun here on the phones.
Well, you know, I understand there's a little bit of trivia. You are known as the Queen Bee, the Queen Bee here in town. Anybody that's followed events here in the past month or so knows that you were the champion of the Winchester Spelling Bee.
Oh, there are a lot of spelling aficionados watching, I'm sure.
Well, is there something you want to credit this to, this remarkable success in life?
Yes, actually, I'm really happy to be making phone calls for the Scholarship Foundation because both in high school and in college, I was the recipient of scholarship assistance, and it really helped. I think this type of support that I'm hearing over the phones is really going to help a lot of students to make the academic life a little bit easier.
Yeah, I think it's important as we think of the students who are able and deserving out there and maybe won't get quite the chance they could expect without the support from the Scholarship Foundation.
Exactly. That's how my choices were made. That's how they had to be made back then, and see how it helped.
Well, thanks. We're going to let you get back to the phone banks there. And
very generous donations.
That's great. Going very well tonight?
Yes. Surely.
All right. Well, it's still not too late. If you want to give a call to us here at 729-7500, and maybe you can stump the spelling bee queen. Ask her to spell something. All right. We're going to take another little walk across the auditorium over here to Mr. McDonald. Alan McDonald. Pay attention there, Mr. McDonald. Okay. All right. Now I've been prompted, I've been told we're not going to go over to Mr. McDonald. Okay. Well, let's go back up to Sandy and check on the progress of decorating the cake. Sandy?
Yes, thank you, Alan. We're really making a lot of progress over here. In fact, as you can see on your screen, the girls are doing all of the extra little frills. The lettering is all completed. It says Happy 50th, Winchester Scholarship Foundation. Everything did manage to get on there. But as I say, this is the part that's always fun to watch because I get fascinated with all of the little tubes and things that make all these little squirts and what do you call them? What do you call them?
These are called pastry bags, and what they're doing is they're applying the border, and they're using a basic star tip. and that's what gives that shape with the little swirls on it.
Right. And then we have our other student here filling her bag, getting ready to do the other side of the cake, I presume.
Right. Lizette's going to work on the other side. They're going to do the top and the bottom border, and they'll come down on the corners as well.
And pretty soon it sounds like we're going to be ready to see the final creation.
It won't be long now. Maybe about another 10 minutes or so, and it should be complete.
That sounds like it's going to work out very nicely for this program. But I wanted to ask you, do you do these kinds of cakes, or cakes for that matter at all, for other occasions?
Yes, we have a full bakery and a 50-seat restaurant at the school, and people can call up and order cakes or various pastries or even book functions. We do some catering jobs as well. And we're open for dinner from 11:30 to 1, Monday through Friday, but always call for reservations.
Well, I would encourage you after watching this to consider going over there and ordering something or sit down and have a meal.
Oh, we do an awfully good job, and our prices are under $4 for an entree.
That sounds very reasonable to me. So we're off again. This time we're going back across the floor. I believe Alan McDonald has some people you'd like to talk to.
Hi, we're back with Jan Dolan and Kathy McHugh Flaherty, two past recipients from the Winchester Scholarship Foundation, to talk a little bit about what the foundation has meant to our history of Winchester and the youngsters who are coming along, graduating from Winchester High now and in the future. We received a very, very nice letter today from a current recipient of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation help, Kristen Colosi, who is at the Merrimack College class of '97 and graduated from Winchester High School in the class of 1993. And she wrote to us, congratulations on your 50th anniversary. I just wanted to write to you this letter to let you know how much I appreciate what you've done for myself and so many others. You've given me the chance to receive a great education in an environment that lets me take advantage of everything around me. Without your help and that of all your supporters, I would never have had this wonderful opportunity that I have now. I will never forget the memories, friendships, and lessons I have learned here at Merrimack, and I will never forget the help and support I have received from you over the years. Thank you for giving me a whole new world of possibilities. From Kristen Colosi. And Kristen, thank you so much. And from people who've had some opportunities given to them and who've given so many opportunities to others, let me introduce Jan Dolan and Kathy McHugh Flaherty. Jan, pleasure to have you with us tonight.
Be here today, Alan.
I should say to the people who are making these generous contributions that our scholarship recipients are, of course, chosen on the basis of academic quality and performance and merit, but also on characteristics of citizenship. And you have both shown those characteristics not only during your high school time, but for all these years since. I remember, Jan, if I'm not mistaken, you were the field hockey coach for Jane McDonald back in the days when I was in high school, and you were just barely out of high school yourself, but you've done an awful lot. And yours too, Kathy? Jan, tell me a little bit, and I'll ask Kathy the same thing, your own feelings on receiving help from Winchester Scholarship Foundation and how you see it playing in the future for our students.
Well, for me, it was very exciting to get a scholarship. I remember very clearly I was a graduate of the class of 1952, and on graduation evening, we were on Manchester Field, and I can still see the scholarship documents and these little scroll effects. And the woman who was awarding the scholarships read the names, and classmates went up, and I didn't go up, and then all of a sudden somebody said, well, wait a minute, we just found one, and lo and behold, it was my name on it, and it was very special to me. It's hard to say in those days. Tuition wasn't anything like it is today, but in perspective, it was a lot of money, a tremendous amount of money. And I know for me, it was a feeling of, I don't want to call it independence, but of achieving something that I could do to help to put my own bill through college, and it was extremely meaningful to me, and I have always felt grateful to the town for the supporters who made that possible for me and for so many other kids, because it is a very, very important thing. Education is a marvelous thing to take part in, and you have to have the opportunity to do it, and this is one wonderful way of giving young people. I'm not young anymore, but in those days I was, and I'll never forget that opportunity. Thanks, Alan.
Jan, thank you. You look pretty young to me, and terrific at that. No, that's great. And to Kathy McHugh-Flaherty, your thoughts on the Winchester Scholarship Foundation, what it's meant to you, and what you think we'll do in the future.
Thank you. I'm just a couple of years behind you. No. Actually, my class was the first graduating class of the new high school in 1972. So our graduation was rained out, and we had to have it inside the gymnasium. And my parents knew about my scholarship, but they kept it a surprise for me. And I remember sitting there and my name being called off, and all my friends and other classmates sitting around me saying, "Go on, it's you, go on up there," and going up in total shock. And it was wonderful. I've gone on to be a teacher here within the town, first grade teacher here at Lincoln School. It's just a nice experience for me to be involved in something like this over the years, to give back what was given to me. I was raised one of 8 children in the town, and the Scholarship Foundation not only helped me, but it's helped a couple of my other brothers and sisters over the years, and we're just very appreciative as a family as a whole.
Well, we're very appreciative, too, and for those who are watching tonight and giving your support, these are the kinds of students that you're giving support to, people who have citizenship characteristics of the highest degree, and, of course, academic ability as well. And we are giving support to people who come back to our community and give so much in return. We have received so many times over any help that we've given to the students in Winchester, and we have 2 examples tonight of people who've gone into the teaching profession, have helped the youngsters come along. You may know that Kathy McHugh-Flaherty is from the family of our former police chief, Jack McHugh, and a tremendous contribution from that family to our community. And Jan Dolan for many years the same way, and in many ways that you don't see, but our students know about. And we thank you folks very, very much for coming down. Jan, Kathy, thank you, and all the best. Appreciate it very much. Great. Now we're going to go over to Sandy Rogers again to have some more guesses at the music of Courtney Crandall, and we'll be back with you a little later. Sandy.
Yes, thank you, Alan. Here we are back again, another chance to win. You just have to listen to the hints and listen to the music that Courtney Crandall plays. And if you know that tune, call 729-7500 as fast as you can. The hint for this next number is going to be, this has to do with a songbird in the park. Okay, if you think you know the name of that tune, call 729-7500 right this minute. And now I have a hint for another tune. This one is a tune that Vera Lynn sang for the guys and gals in the service everywhere she went. Okay, if you know the name of that song, call 729-7500 right now, and you might win a pizza, or you might win one of those breakfasts or lunches. Good luck. Back to Alan McDonald. I think Alan has another tape or something he's going to be rolling in here. Over to you, Alan.
Thank you, Sandy, and thank you, Court Crandall, for that beautiful music. We've got a few guesses over here, but we'll wait for the phones to ring. Appreciate that very much. As you folks know from our earlier part of this telecast, this is our 9th annual telethon on Channel 19 for the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. This is our 50th birthday party, but for the 9th time in the last 9 years, we are on for this particular show, and it will be repeated tomorrow night. And of course, the telephone calls will go out tomorrow night and Thursday night as well. I want to tell you that we've put together a few clips from past telethons, and we hope you'll enjoy them and see some of the work that's gone on in prior years on your behalf for the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. And I hope you'll enjoy that and come back and join us in a few minutes when we'll have some more guests to introduce. Thank you, and let's see those clips now.
Good evening. Welcome to the Winchester Scholarship Foundation 1987 Telethon. The Winchester Scholarship Foundation has been helping students in Winchester for over 50 years. 50 years ago, a group of mothers in Winchester decided that there were a number of students who needed financial aid. At that time, they managed to give away approximately $500. During the last 5 years, the Winchester Scholarship Foundation has given away over $300,000 to needy students in Winchester. We raise the money in a variety of ways, the most important of which is to ask the community to contribute to us. In the past, we have done this with a letter campaign. This year, we hope to improve our ability to collect money from the community and have a telethon. This telethon is going to take place between 6 and 10 o'clock this evening. There are about 200 volunteers involved with this program, and the need is very great.
Gagel, here you are.
Thank you, David. Thank you, television viewers. Thank you, students, for watching. Thank you, parents. Wally Gagel. I can't give you a side view, otherwise you haven't got a wide-angle lens. You couldn't see. Okay, what I'm doing is presenting to you some bonus-type events. And what we're going to ask you to do is to please call us up, 729-7500, and to bid what we're asking for you for this gift. Believe me, they're well worth it. Remember, it's a tax deduction. We could use the money for the scholarship fund. What I have for you people is a real special gift right now. I have here 2 box seat tickets for the Boston Red Sox and the Brewers game on June 24th, 7:30 p.m. So you dads and moms and sisters and brothers, here's a chance for you to pick up 2 tickets. The first person, remember the first, it's not an auction. The first person who will bid and give us $50, we will give you 2 box seat tickets to the Boston Red Sox Brewers game on June 24th at 7:30 p.m. Remember now, it is tax deductible. The tickets are going to be in great demand, and we're hoping that we can get that phone to ring right now. I hear the phone ringing, so come on, students, come on, parents, come on, anchor people. I could use your help. The kids could use your help. Dig in, get to the phone. 2 beautiful tickets, and they're great seats. I really mean it, fantastic seats. So get the phone, 729-7500, 2 seats, and you're going to see me in a few minutes with another gift. Thank you very much. Dave?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest joining us for this telethon, Dr. Lenore Rich, who for 26 years was the principal of the Washington School. Dr. Rich, welcome.
Thank you.
We're so glad you could come tonight. Dr. Rich was the principal of Washington School, and well, I believe you were the first woman with a PhD in the Winchester public school system. Is that right? How many years, Dr. Rich, have you been involved with the Winchester public schools?
Well, I was involved for 26 years as principal, and I was involved for 12 years, somewhat prior to that, before I went to Newton to teach. Then I got invited back here to Winchester, and I couldn't come running fast enough.
Well, when you retired from Washington School, as I recall, a special scholarship fund was created in honor of you and in your name, and it has been around for how many years now?
It was functional for approximately 12 years. After the school closed, they transferred it to the Morocco School. children who had been a part of the Washington school. But it became cumbersome to handle, and they decided that it would be better for it to be in the Winchester Scholarship Foundation.
Dr. Rich, I recall that several years ago you very kindly agreed that the Lenora Rich Scholarship Fund could be turned over to and made part of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation, which is still the case, is it not?
Yes, it is.
Winchester Town Hall for the 6th annual telethon. Come one, come all, and keep the donations coming for the Winchester Scholarship Foundation. Hear ye, hear ye. Come on, children. Hear ye, hear ye. Good evening, sir.
What, Mary Price hasn't got a phone call right now. Mary, how are we doing with the phone calls?
We're doing great. It's just a fabulous night. People are very generous.
How is it? This group of volunteers is not their first year, folks. They've been here for many, many years. Tell us, Mary, how are we doing versus other years? So still the enthusiasm?
Still the enthusiasm. You make us sound very old, Albie.
Oh, no, we're right.
Oh, the enthusiasm is there. The enthusiasm is there. Definitely.
Of course, we're not aging at all. We're getting younger with each year of volunteering.
Right?
That's right. Okay. Thank you, Mary, very much. We really... wait a minute before we go. I want to have Claire Kenny say hello to us. Claire, how are we doing?
Hi, Albie. You know, these people are just so inspiring. They really know what a difference this can make in a young student's life. You know, it just carries them all through their future. And it's just wonderful to do this and be in touch with all these lovely, lovely people.
I'm standing here with Bob Crockett, who is our chief tally keeper of the numbers, and we're going to see how we're doing. Bob, tell us a little bit about how it's going tonight.
Well, actually, we're doing very, very well tonight. In the town-wide mailing, before we actually put on the telethon this evening, we had $6,000 in contributions. Tonight, in just a short space of an hour, we've almost up to $3,000 pledged this evening, which is just about where we've been on the other years. And I'm very excited about what's going on tonight.
That's fantastic, Bob. How do you hope to do this evening and through the week on the fundraising?
Well, tonight we should get up to probably around $8,000 to $10,000 this evening, and then when we follow through on Wednesday and Thursday evening, we'll probably get about another $5,000 probably each evening. Hopefully, that's our goal, and then getting up into the high 20s, which is what our goal is for the Scholarship Foundation. All the donations, anything that anybody can contribute, is really very, very worthwhile, very important to us.
What a great look back. We're back here live now at the 9th annual Winchester Scholarship Foundation Telethon. Now, let's get down to business and get our winners announced from segment 3, music segment 3. Now, just a reminder, there's still a chance to call 729-7500, and there'll be one more chance this evening to win a prize from Domino's or Bagel Works, and there'll be one more Name That Tune segment, but you can still call 729-7500 and make your pledge to the Scholarship Foundation. Now, our two winners from segment 3 were John Moore, who wins a large pizza with one topping from Domino's, and Claire Keene, who wins lunch for two at Bagel Works. So congratulations to our winners there. Let's take another little walk up into the phone banks here and see if we can interrupt one of our callers over here. Oh, just in time. We just caught you as you're about to make another call.
Another call.
This is the other half of the Crandall entertainment group tonight. We have one on one side over on the stage entertaining with the music, and Marion's over here working hard in the phone bank.
This is the nuts and bolts. That's the artistic side. Okay.
Okay, well, why don't we, maybe we should kind of stay in here live while you make one of these calls and see if we can get somebody to make a nice pledge to them.
I do have somebody who's been very active, and I think this year for the 50th anniversary, I know he's going to be a good support. May I call this?
Yeah, why don't we make that call right now?
David? David?
David Mortensen.
Oh, David Mortensen. Now, how about that? Mr. Mortensen, would you come over here a moment, please? One of our dedicated callers here needs to make a call to you for a pledge.
Yes. David has been a long, hard supporter of the Winchester Scholarship Foundation for many years.
Well, let's put him right on the spot.
Absolutely.
Right in front of the world.
Is this called bending the arm? Is that right?
Yeah, this is it. Well, we got your pledge card right here, so we thought you might be interested in completing it right here on the air. We're not putting you on the spot or anything.
No, not at all. Well, having given it serious thought, Gina and I would like to give a pledge right now of $100 and wish it could be more, and maybe there can be more later in the year. And see how easy that is?
That was very easy. Was that one of the easier calls this evening?
That was...
I can never say no to Marion.
Thank you.
Well, we hope nobody else can. David, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to making some other calls.
It's a very good year, and people are very happy to support the 50th anniversary. It's been a fun time to work.
We're glad to get the support. Thanks, Marion. Okay, now we're going to take another trip back across the auditorium here at Town Hall to Sandy Rogers and Courtney Crandall. Sandy?
Thank you, Alan. This is your last chance, your very last chance to win the pizzas or win breakfast or lunch or whatever hasn't been won already. The hint for this song is going to be, now you're going to have to listen carefully because this is very involved. The hint for this song is, can you name the tune that was originally sung by the German army, appropriated by the Allies fighting in Africa, and made famous by Marlene Dietrich? Now, if you know the name of that song, call 729-7500 right this minute, because here we go with the last tune for the evening. Now, this tune is a little tricky, but the hint is, this was a song that lonely parents sang to sons and daughters wherever they were in far-off lands. Okay, so if you think you know the name of that song, call 729-7500 and you may win a prize. And I think that's a lovely tune. It's a song that actually I would have sung, but probably to a boyfriend. But in any case, I want to thank Courtney Crandall very much. We still will be hearing from him, but he has done a wonderful job, as far as I'm concerned, with the selection of all of these tunes, and we're very anxious to hear later on who all the winners might have been. So thank you, Courtney. And now we're over to David Mortensen. I think David Mortensen might be able to tell us a little bit about how we're doing tonight. David?
Currently the treasurer, and we've asked him to join us tonight to tell us how things stand so far. We've been on the air now for nearly 2 hours, and this is the first of 3 nights in which we will be having callers call through the community, but this is the only night we will be broadcasting live to the community and inviting your calls. So, Bob, can you tell us how things are going?
Well, so far so good. The The number of callers that we have this evening have really been very, very efficient. They've gotten through most of the cards, and we got a little bit of a backlog on our computer to try to track exactly how much money that we have pledged. However, I know we have about $12,000 pledged so far, and we also have about $6,000 from the town-wide mailing. So that's about $18,000 in actual contributions and pledges this evening, which is really very, very good. We hope to finish up tomorrow night and Thursday night, as you point out, and really be able to reach our goal of over $25,000 or $30,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, or as I hope you know, that this is one of those rare fundraisers where everything is done locally by Winchester people for Winchester people. There is no outside source of funding. This is a scholarship effort entirely within Winchester for Winchester kids after they finish high school or the Volk School, in an effort to assist them in going on for a secondary education, be it in a 4-year university or college or a 2-year junior college or some other vocational school. The Scholarship Foundation gives these to worthy students based upon their applications, based upon a showing of need, on a confidential basis after all other sources of funding through the family and through loans and through work study and through scholarships have been exhausted. Your money really does make a difference, because the Scholarship Foundation insists that if you give it and the Scholarship Foundation gives it to the kid, the college cannot take any money away from the kid that they would otherwise give. The young people in this community have had our support throughout their school years, and it would seem ashamed that some of them might not be able to continue just because they lack the means, and the Scholarship Foundation is an effort to try to make that difference. Bob, you say there was a town-wide mailing. When was that, and when might people expect to find those in their mailboxes?
Well, actually, the town-wide mailing went out the middle of March, and most people have those because they were delivered about the 3rd day after we mailed them. So that we have gotten a stream of money in from those, which is very, very good. I should mention, though, that there's been other donations again this evening, you know, of the $10,000 from NCAR and the Winchester Savings Bank, a very generous contribution. But there's also been some really nice contributions, in memoriam type contributions for some people that have done very well, a lot for us in the town. And we really do appreciate those gifts, and those make a difference also.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, over the years when many people in town have had the idea of contributing money for scholarships, the Scholarship Foundation has tried to serve as a means of coordinating all of those efforts rather than to have competing scholarship funds in the town. Most people have been willing to join with the Scholarship Foundation in having these gifts given on a unified basis with a showing of need. We have the cooperation of the guidance department from the high school and trained scholarship people from the universities who advise the Scholarship Foundation, and the gifts are selected by a small committee on a confidential basis. This is the ninth telethon, and it's sort of a marathon in the sense that we have had a number of callers in here tonight. How many people would you say have been working tonight, Bob?
Oh, I would say there's at least about 100 people that get involved with this in one way or another in the evening here, from those that are buying some supplies for us, from those that are running and doing printing for us, and then coming in and doing the telephones, and our friends, the stuffers over there that do the computer entry and actually get the mailing ready. It's at least 100 people, and probably more than that, that if you ever tried to thank them all, I'm sure you'd have trouble finding them all.
And our friends behind the scenes from Channel 19, who, although we don't see them on the camera, have been lugging the equipment into Town Hall and will be lugging it out later tonight, and have been invaluable in putting together this 9th telethon. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's your opportunity, and we invite you to pick up the phone and call, or don't be surprised if you get a call later tonight or in the next 2 evenings. And if you do, we hope you will be generous and kind. Of all the many demands made upon our pocketbooks these days, this is one of those where every cent that you spend is going for a good cause, and there is no overhead, and there is no paid staff. Aside from the cost of mailing, everything is donated, and you can be assured that your tax-deductible donation will go to a good cause. Bob, we thank you, and if you would tell us once more the figure so far, and then we will hand this over to Alan Iden.
I'd say it's actually about $18,000 in pledges this evening, which doesn't include the townwide mailing and some of the other contributions we've had, which is really great.
And we thank those major donors of the service organizations like ENCA and the local banks and others, and Blackham Agency and others who have given money tonight. We thank you all for your generosity and your continued support of the Scholarship Foundation and all it stands for. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special item for you which has been underway all evening, and we turn the matter over to Alan Iden and his friends.
We get the two Allens here.
We do. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Either way, he's going to be covered.
Let them know who the winners are.
All right. Let's before we go any further, let's read the winners of our last Name That Tune segment. We've got here we got Claire Keene, won a large one-topping pizza from Domino's, and let's see, Judy or Jody? Can you tell that? That could be either. Jay Figucia won lunch for two at Bagel Works. So once again, we want to thank our generous donations from Bagel Works and from Domino's Pizza for contributing our prizes to our Name That Tune. Now, back to you, Alan.
Well, thank you very much. And Alan, and I'm standing here with really the keys to the evening on our birthday cake. We've had a beautiful cake, as you've watched it made, which says Happy 50th Winchester Scholarship Foundation. And we have two students from Northeast Regional Vocational, and Larry Bowden, who's been in charge of helping them out. And I want to introduce them to you tonight. It's Sherelle and Lizette, who are seniors at Northeast Regional, and they're going on to college right after this year. You should know that 80% or more of the students at Northeast Regional go on to higher education after secondary. And Winchester is one of the communities that's part of Northeast Regional. Is that right, Larry?
Yes, that is correct. And we're just really happy to be part of this tonight.
That's Larry Bowden, who's been such a terrific help to us this evening, and Marla Looney, who's our representative from Winchester to the Northeast Regional Voc, and sits on the school committee there and helps out and make sure that the Winchester students are part of it. We are pleased to show off the student work this evening. And let me just say hello to Sherelle. Thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome. I'm happy to be here, too.
Yeah. And Lizette?
I'm happy to be here, and congratulations for being 50 years of this Winchester School Scholarship. Thank you.
Lizette is originally from Guatemala and is going to go to Newbury College, and Sherelle is from El Salvador, and she's going to go to Johnson & Wales. Is that right? Well, we're looking forward to hearing more about you folks and the success. You've done a beautiful job for us this evening, and I want to thank all our callers who've come down. We've got a great-looking crew here, as you can tell, who've done a tremendous amount of work, and we appreciate that so much. For our co-hosts, our sponsors, our callers, our supporters, what a tremendous job you've done for us this evening. And I just want to have our co-host say a word and to sign off, and then we'll cut the cake as the credits roll, and we'll have a good time for everybody that's here. Let me go to Alan Iden, and thank you for being with us, Alan.
Alan, it's been a pleasure working here this evening, once again on the telethon here, and it's been a pleasure wandering among the phone banks tonight, seeing how hard these callers are working, and hope that people will continue to call for the next couple of days, even though it's not going to be on TV, 729-7500.
That's right. Sandy.
That's the number. I think I've been saying it all evening. But I must admit, I've had a lot of fun, not only listening to all the music and, being part of all the piano. I love music anyway, so that was a good job for me to be doing. But I got to watch this cake being decorated, and even when I wasn't on air watching the cake, having you watch the cake being decorated, I was watching in between, peeking over it to see what was going on. So I thank them for coming. And now, I guess...
To David.
Well, thank you. Tonight confirms for me what we've always believed about the Scholarship Foundation. There's probably no activity in town which is so much fun because everybody who gets involved is willing to give of their time and of their resources. You almost never encounter someone who says no. We hope that all you at home listening will be inspired to say yes, and we look forward to receiving your contribution this year. The money is badly needed, more so than ever. Thank you for having us here.
That's great. Thank you so much for all the help. And I just want to say one time more as we're going off for the evening that great thanks for the prizes on our musical contest from Scruples, from Domino's Pizza, from Bagel Works. Great thanks for the help that we've had here in decorating our setting, and we've had I'm trying to see here, La Patisserie, Henderson Station is a Mahoney's Rocky Ledge Farm that have helped us to dress the place up and look so good. We've had help in the decorations by Mike Moran and Mark Lombardi from Strike One, and special thanks to David Peretti and Elizabeth Julian for all the help. And Mr. Peretti is still on the phone, if you can believe it. Doesn't give up till the last minute on keeping everything right down to the nubbins. And we appreciate the help, David. Thanks so much. And on behalf of Elizabeth Julian, our president, thank you, Liz, so much. Did a great, great job. Thank you, everyone. That's great. And Dave Peretti, and all our co-hosts and our callers and the whole team, and especially our culinary experts. We thank you so much. And to the people who really are the important people, the students at Winchester High School, the people who are supporting the Winchester Scholarship Foundation on their behalf, many, many thanks. It's a great year for us, the 50th anniversary. We hope to do this for many, many more years, of course, and 50 more at least. And we may not all be here to celebrate, but we sure will be in spirit. But thanks so much. It's been a great evening. We're going to cut the cake now and enjoy the benefits of all this good work. Thanks so much.
Winchester.
9:15 at the New Wish 99.5. I don't know if we're going to be chatting with Sonny tonight. He's off with his stepdad, Doug, who is at play practice preparing for an Easter Sunday play. So I don't know if we'll be chatting with him or not. If not, kids, get to bed. I know a lot of kids wait to hear Sonny before they go to bed. A mom called me one time and said, how come you haven't tucked your son in yet? I said, what's the matter? She said, my kids won't go to bed until your son's tucked into bed. So, kids, if you're waiting to hear Sonny, I don't know if we will be chatting with him tonight or not. But get to bed anyway. It's past your bedtime. And stay tuned to the New Wish. Quickly looking at the Wish Dependable forecast, partly cloudy tonight. Cold, lows down in the 30s. Some sunshine tomorrow and clouds, high of 55. It's 40 outside the studios at the New Wish 99.5.
Since this Sunday is Easter, CBS would like to remind you of one classic holiday tradition, the Easter egg hunt. Well, it's not really much of a hunt, is it? I mean, since eggs can't run, and, well, they can't really hide either. At least not after they've been painted orange and magenta. They might have a fighting chance if we left them white and hid them in a snowstorm, but no, we hide them over 4 square feet of backyard and release hundreds of 8-year-olds upon them. They'd have a better chance hiding from radar. Of course, at CVS, you never have to hunt for any of your Easter needs. You'll find assorted Russell Stover 100% milk chocolate treats and Cadbury eggs, 2 for 79 cents, as well as stuffed animals and filled baskets. CVS also has 99-cent Easter Kids cards from Hallmark, regularly priced up to $3, and basket stuffers for under $1. At CVS, all your Easter goodies are as easy to find as hot pink eggs on a freshly mowed lawn. CVS, just what you're looking for.
For the CVS nearest you, including 24-hour locations, call 1-800-SHOP-CVS.
Baby, I respect you.
No! Listen up, guys. Back in 1964, you had to be pretty smooth to turn a bird's head. Me, I'd romance them a bit. Tell them they look real fine, and sooner or later, she'd be mine. And where do I find these girls? In the original hit 60s musical, A Slice of Saturday Night, where every night feels like Saturday night. A Slice of Saturday Night is the biggest party musical you'll ever see. It'll take you back to the good old days of rock and roll, pretty girls, and Saturday night brawls. It wouldn't be Saturday night without a fight. Direct from London, it's A Slice of Saturday Night. Now playing at the Charles Playhouse. Call 426-6912. Bang, bang, what a bang, bang. Fight!
So what brings you to a HUD Homes auction?
I want to buy a home.
Know how to bid?
Well, I held up my card, right?
Well, sort of.
Sort of?
I found it's better to make funny noises.
I'll just hold up my card. Oh, boy.
See, it's nutty. Auctioneer loves it.
Yeah, I think he's taking your bid.
No, he knows I'm just demonstrating.
No, he's saying going once,
what?
Going twice.
What?
Oh, somebody else just bid.
Ah.
It was nutty, though. Zany, wacky.
Yeah, good thing I didn't do a pirouette.
A pirouette?
A pirouette, you know, like this.
Charming. He just took your bid again.
He saw the pirouette?
Clear as day. You don't get out much, do you?
I get out.
Get out to the HUD Homes auction, Saturday, April 22nd. We're auctioning properties throughout Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Seminars will be held in advance. For more information, call 1-800-275-5889. That's 1-800-275-5889. Message paid for by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, an equal housing opportunity seller.
Well, my house is up. Wish me luck.
Don't suppose you want to borrow my tutu?
No, definitely not.
Probably too small.
Hey.
Hi, I'm Sam Gerson, chairman of Filene's Basement, and I'm here in one of our stores. They're clearing out the sportswear area. They're getting ready for our Mrs. $9.99 Ultimate Bargain Blouse event this Wednesday at 8 a.m. I got to tell you, the names are spectacular. I mean, the very best names. And whether you want a career blouse, casual styles, whatever the neckline, I mean, if you're looking for silk or cotton or other fine fabrics, let me tell you, it's here. There are hundreds and hundreds of blouses in every store. You're going to save up to 75% off of department store prices. If a department store can ever offer blouses this good at this price, let me tell you, I'll eat one. It's the Filene's Basement $9.99 Ultimate Bargain Blouse event this Wednesday at 8 a.m. If you find yourself about to pay more at a department store, just click your heels 3 times and keep saying, I wish I was at the basement. I wish I was at the basement. I wish I was at the basement.
Wish 99.5. The Boston After Dark phone lines are now open for your requests and dedications. Call Delilah now at 617-931-1995.